I'm going to show you how I'm fixing an issue with my BMW. It has a problem with the battery draining as well as the trunk latch stopped working. And then a couple days ago, it actually started working again. So I kind of realized what I thought the problem was. So I'll show you what I found. So here's the back of the car. What you want to inspect here is your wiring where it comes from the trunk. And this is what I found. It had a broken ground wire. I don't know exactly why it would cause a battery drain, but also, you know, we could check the other ground wire and it's also split, but I'm not seeing any other broken wires here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, you know, resolder that back up and maybe try to secure it a little bit better so it can't, you know, rub as much right there. And we'll see how that works. But it's been draining the battery like kind of like for a month or two, and I really feel like this battery is still good, because as long as I didn't let it sit like overnight connected, usually it would be fine. But anyway, hopefully this works. This battery I actually got in 2016, so it's almost 10 years old. It's been a really good battery. It's a Optima yellow top that I got from Bimmer World. This is what I chose to do to fix this. I soldered it, but then I also filed it down really good because you don't want it to have a big bump there or to cut into the other wires. The best thing to do in this situation is just to not use butt connectors and try to resplice and rewire it like somewhere back here where you won't have flex on the joint of the wire, and then have the wire replaced all the way through that bend right there, because this is the part where it flexes and it's really common for wires to break in that area. I just fixed it this way. I think it'll probably be okay. If it's gonna break, it's probably gonna break right here or right there. I'm also gonna put some dielectric grease over that, as well as I've got my heat shrink right there, and I'll go ahead and finish that up. A friend of mine also had a problem similar to this. Is like, he had an issue where parts of the door was not working, like the window not rolling up or something like that, and his battery was being drained. So it's most likely that he had an issue like that. Now I want to show you the same problem I had on my truck so you can get an understanding of how common this really is. It's really common on the Dodge for it to have an issue right here where the wiring breaks. And I did fix that one time with butt connectors, and then we were rolling the window down and it wouldn't roll back up one day, probably about 2 years after I fixed it. I had to just replace the wire and solder it back in the door here. That way the joint wasn't having pressure on it. So that way we got a new wire from all the way from that point in here where it doesn't flex all the way inside the door, and it's resoldered in the door. So it just makes it for a more solid repair. I mean, I guess eventually it might break again, but in terms of it breaking in the near future, it's not likely. It's just dependent on like how many times you're going to open this door, which, you know, over the lifetime of the vehicle, this thing's got 310,000 miles on it, I think. So it's just kind of bound to happen if you're opening the door constantly. So leave me some comments. Did you find your problem that you've been searching for? Was this video helpful? I'd like to hear your story of how you've been able to fix your vehicle based on the video I posted here. Here's the dielectric grease that I bought to do this job. I'm just going to put just a little bit on that wire to keep it from corroding. It's really common that when you do rewiring, especially on trailers, that the wires start to corrode around the solder joint. If you use this, it should help keep it off. If you're gonna do a job like this and you don't know if the wire is connected, the best thing to do is get one of these ohm meters and then bring it down to continuity. And then you put one end at one end of the wire, the other end at the other end of the wire, and that way you can find out if it's broken between. If the wire is connected, it will beep, meaning that you have continuity. Next thing, I would just get one of these. I got these at Walmart years ago. I've used these things so many times. It's to strip wires, and you can adjust how tight it is. It's for if you have larger or smaller wires. You can also use it as a wire crimper right here. I usually don't use it for that, but I do use it for stripping wires all the time. This one, I've had it so long that it actually started to wear out there, and I was too cheap to buy another one, so I just welded that nut there because the thread stripped out. But this is a must-have tool for splicing wires because it saves you so much time. Next, I will get you some shrink wrap. This I got on Amazon, so I'll link to that, and as well as the dielectric grease. This is like a whole roll of shrink wrap that you can just cut to whatever size that you want.